Hey, Brian from Garage Hall. I have an amazing product for you to check out. So let's go. Okay, so this is the iSteady V3 AI Tracking Smart Gimbal. So let's open it up and see what we get inside. So on the cover that basically I'm kind of hiding here. So it has a couple codes on there that you can scan with your smartphone and you can get the software needed to make this actually work. So let's take everything out of the box first. So there are all the directions. Here's the gimbal itself. Packed very well. To the point of, let me get that out of frame and open this up. So that is the gimbal in its entirety. And I love that it's got a nice little handle on it. Access all the little buttons and stuff one-handed, so you can have your camera mounted here. It has a light on it right there. So let's plug this into the C port and get that up and charged up. And then this is your little accessory pocket here. So let's see what we get in there. So very cool, comes with a little carrying case. Make that a lot simpler. And then this is going to be our C plug, which the plastic is not that friendly to tear open, but that's okay. You got a little Allen key for some adjustments that you'll need. My goodness, that was more difficult than it had to be. Okay, so that is your C plug. So you can tell it's C on one side and USB on the other. So let's get ourselves a charging block, not included, and get this charged up and going. So stay tuned. Okay, so while we're going over this, I have this plugged into a battery pack, not included, but I figured this was pretty awesome. So it's got a built-in tripod. So you just click on this other side, that comes out, and then you have like a cool tripod for stability. So you can definitely use this for selfies sitting on your desk or studio. But yeah, very cool. So again, let this charge up a little bit and we'll come back to it. Okay, so this is how I have it mounted to the gimbal, and I am keeping my power plugged in just to keep it fully charged while we're going through this. But in your Bluetooth settings, you want to look for smartphone gimbal, and I've already connected to that, so we can hit done. And then we're going to open up the app, and basically down here you are going to hit that little, I guess, lens looking thing, and it's going to look for your iSteady V3. So you have two choices. We're going to hit connection, and then it's going to be connected. Pair requests, we're going to pair it, and then we are basically good to go. So we're going to hit the lens part again, and that's going to bring us into camera mode. And then if we flip this around, which is down here, you'll be able to kind of see me on this side of the camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this over a little bit, and then you have a bunch of different things here. So here is your kind of like your joystick, which is going to move it up or down. So pretty neat. And then you can basically swing it to the left or to the right by that as well. So very cool. And then you can basically start recording on that. I'll stop the recording on that right now. And then on the screen, if you want it to follow a certain part of you, that's all you do. So if I wanted to get my eyes better in frame, I basically just kind of draw on the screen there, and then you can kind of see. And as long as I stay on screen and the camera can see me, It's going to follow me, even down low, even sideways. So very easy, very cool to set up. So if I were to stand up, it'll also follow me there. And obviously I got to clean my screen a little bit because I'm getting a little bit of a glare on there. But I mean, this can basically follow me anywhere in my studio, walking around. And again, if I had this mounted up a little bit higher, you kind of not have that view up like that. So you can do a lot of different things. And it even works like if you quickly look away or something, it will just track you and follow you all the way around. So very neat, very cool. All right, let me do some more playing around. I'll show you a couple of different features that this does. But so far, that is pretty awesome. And just let me record that so you can kind of see the movement of how it follows. And then the other thing I like about it is you can fold up the tripod underneath here, put that away, and then you can extend this way out, and then you can angle that a little bit for you. And then again, same thing, just draw on the screen. And to give you kind of an idea, so I've got that tilted way out, coming in, and I'll put both footages in there, but you can easily record using this handy dandy selfie stick on there. Pretty cool. All right, and to turn the light on, it's basically this orange wheel. Hopefully you can kind of see that, and then you can see how the light, and you can just turn that brighter, or you can dim it down. And let me show you how it looks on this end. So recording, you can turn the light on, and it gives you that extra little bit of light that you need. This end, so recording, you can turn the light on, and it gives you that extra little bit of light that you need. Then you can turn it down. And let me do that so my studio lights aren't interfering. But if you have a low light situation you need to add some light to, you can easily do that. It works really flawlessly. Then just hold that button in, and I'll turn the light off for you. All right, so maybe this is a better angle to turn the light on. And then you can see how it kind of adds light to a situation if you have a non-light area. So yeah, very, very useful and very helpful. Record that so you can kind of see the movement of how it follows. Tilts up and down. So if I was going to go down lower or higher, it follows me really good. And then if I get too far out of frame, I just got to draw back to what I want it to follow and center on the screen. So again, very cool. It comes with that tripod as well. So you can basically walk and talk and move around and just basically record anything you have. It's your own personal cameraman. And then the other thing I like about it is you can fold up the tripod underneath here, put that away, and then you can extend this way out, and then you can angle that a little bit for you. And then again, same thing, just draw on the screen, and to give you kind of an idea. So I've got that tilted way out, coming in, and I'll put both footages in there, but you can easily record using this handy dandy selfie stick on there. Pretty cool. All right, anyway, it does a lot. It's got the light on the side, so it's a little bright in here for that to turn on, but I love that it has an accessory light that you can turn on and use that for a bunch of different camera modes for yourself. But very cool. Anyway, okay, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching, and be safe out there. All right. Anyway, it does a lot. It's got the light on the side, so it's a little bright in here for that to turn on. But I love that it has an accessory light that you can turn on and use that for a bunch of different camera modes for yourself. But very cool. Anyway, okay. Brian from Garage Mahal. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there. Recording on that. Oh,